Hello everyone, this is Yamin and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how you can sign in with Google in Laravel. So let me just first show you the demo. So here this is a login page and here you can see sign in with Google. We have a button over here and if I click on this button, it will take us to this page where we can sign in with our Google account, I mean Gmail. So here we need to first choose a Gmail. So I'll choose the first one and if I click on it, here you can see it is loading and it took us to the dashboard. So it means we are able to successfully log in using our Google account, I mean Gmail account. So this is actually really simple and I'll show you everything step by step from the very beginning. So let me just close this and let's go and create a Laravel project first. So let's go to our folder and over here I'm going to open a command prompt. Let me just zoom in and let's over here Laravel new and let's our project name will be Google login. Let's press enter and it will create our Laravel project. So I'll just fast forward the video for now. So here you can see our Laravel project is created and let me just show you the folder. So here you can see Google login. If I go inside, here you can see this is our Laravel project. So let's go to our command prompt and let's run our Laravel project. So first of all, we need to go to the project directory. So it's over here cd Google login. Let's press enter. So here you can see we are currently in the project directory. So let's over here php artisan serve. Let's press enter. Let me just copy this and I'll go to my browser and I'll just say over here this, press enter, and here you can see this is our newly created Laravel project. So first of all, before we log in with Google account, we need to create authentication for our Laravel project. So here for authentication we can use JSTeam or Breeze, it doesn't matter. So for this tutorial I'm going to use JSTeam for authentication. So let's go to our project directory and here let me just open another command prompt. Let me just zoom in again and here let's go and install JSTeam. So for it we need to say composer require Laravel slash JSTeam. Let's press enter and it will install JSTeam in our Laravel project. Here you can see our JSTeam is installed. So right now let's go and install Liver. So for installing Liver we need to say php artisan JSTeam clone install livewire. Press enter. So here you can see library is also installed. So right now we'll run this command npm install and after npm install we'll run npm run build. So here you can see npm run build is also done. So right now we need to write a command php addition migrate, but before that we need to make some changes in our project migration folder. Migration folder means in the user table. So for it let's go and open our project using Sublime Text. So I'll just open the project which is Google login. Select folder. Let me just close the previous one. And here we'll first directly go to database and inside database we have the migration folder and inside migration we have the user table over here. So inside this user table we're going to create, or let me just copy this, we're going to copy a column and paste it over here, and here instead of email we're going to say Google underscore ID. Let's say over here Google underscore ID, and instead of unique let's say over here null above. So right now let's save it and let's go to our command prompt again, and here we are going to say okay, before we write php addition migrate we need to create our database. So here in the env folder, here you can see by default the database name is Google login. So let me just copy it and let's go to XAMPP, then we'll create a database over here. Our database name will be Google login and I'll just click create. So here you can see a database is created which is Google login. So right now let's go and write over here php artisan migrate, php artisan migrate. Press enter and here you can see all the table is migrated. So right now if I just refresh over here, here you can see Google login and we have a lot of table inside it. So if we go to the user table, here you can see Google ID over here. So right now if we go to our project and if we refresh, and here you can see we have the login and registration option, and if I click login, here you can see this is our login interface. And right now in order to make login using Google account we need to install a package in our Laravel project, and that package name is Socialite. So we'll again go to our command prompt, and over here we are going to say composer require Laravel slash socialite, socialite. So right now we'll press enter, and our composer will install socialite in our Laravel project. So here you can see that our socialite is installed in our Laravel project. So right now, in order to log in using Google account, we need to go to console.cloud.google.com and create a project, and we'll connect that to our Laravel project. So for it, let me just open new tab, and over here we're going to say console.cloud.google.com. After this, we'll give a slash, and we'll say over here APIS slash dashboard. And right now if we press enter, it will take us to this view or to this dashboard. And do not worry, I will give this link in the description and also in the comment section, so that you can just directly come to this link. Okay, so right now over here you will see an interface like this, and over here you will see option create a project or something. So right now we'll just click on this, and then over here you will see a new project option over here. So I'll just click over here, new project, and then here you need to give a name for your project. You can name it anything, it doesn't matter. Let's just say our project name will be Laravel login with Google, and here you do not have to give any location. We'll just directly click on this button create. We'll just click create, and here you can see it is loading. It means our project is creating. And here you can see we can select the project from here, or we can just click over here and we'll find our project over here. Here you can see Laravel login with Google. Okay, I did a spelling mistake for Laravel, but that's fine. We'll just click on it, and here we'll see the interface for our this project. Okay, so first of all we need to directly go to this credentials option. We'll just click over here credentials, and then you will see something like this, and here you can see something is written over here. Remember to configure the OAuth consent skin with information about your application. So right now we need to click on this button, so we'll click on it, and then we'll see a option like this, user type internal and external. We'll choose external and then click create. After that we need to give our app name, email, and developer contact information. So normally the app name needs to be unique. If it's not unique, you may get an error over here. So it's better to give a unique name. Let's say over here Google Laravel sign up. I'm giving a long name because it sometimes may give you an error for not giving a unique name. And then you need to choose an email over here. After that, you do not have to give app logo or app domain. We are using it for testing purpose, right? If you are working with a live project, then you have to give your website logo, then website domain name, but it's fine for us. So we'll just directly go to this part. Let me just close this. We'll just directly go to this part, email addresses. So here we'll give email. We'll give my email over here, and then we'll then click save and continue. And here you can see it's loading. Okay, error saving your app has occurred. I think it's because we need to give a unique name, or maybe we cannot keep Google over here. Let's just say Laravel sign up. Let's now click save and continue again. Okay, it's done. So right now we are in the second step, and in the second step you do not have to change anything. Just directly click save and continue. And then in the test user, that's fine, we'll again click save and continue. And currently we are in the summary. Okay, everything is done. So right now we'll just click over here back to dashboard. So here you can see the name Laravel sign up, which is our OAuth consent skin. You can edit it as well. And okay, we don't have to change anything over here. So right now we'll just directly go to this credentials option. I'll just click credentials. And then at the top you will see an option create credential. So we'll click on this create credentials, and then from here we need to choose OAuth Client ID. I will click on it, and then here you can see it's reloading, and over here we need to choose our application type. Our application type is web application, so I'll just click on it. And then here you can see web client on. You can change the name, but that's fine. We'll keep it the way it is. And here you can see this one, authorized JavaScript and authorized redirects URL. Now those two are important. So here you can see authorized JavaScript origin. So over here we'll add our URL. So if you already have domain and hosting, then you will write your website name. But for our case, we have this, right? So here what we'll do, let me just move login, and we'll just copy this, Control C, and we'll paste it inside this URL. Since we want to log in our local device, so here we cannot keep slash after the IP address, so I'll just remove it. And then here authorize redirect URL, and here we need to give another URL. So we'll basically write the same thing over here, and after it we'll give a slash, and we'll say over here auth slash google slash, let's say, callback. So those two are really important, you cannot skip it. And you can also use localhost, but if you use localhost over here, then you also have to use localhost over here as well. You cannot use localhost over here and IP address over here. You have to always use either IP address or a localhost. So right now here we'll click on this create button, and here you can see it's creating, it's reloading, and then you will give you your client ID and your client secrets. So right now you can open a notepad and copy the client ID and client secret, but I will not copy it in our notepad. I'll just directly write this in our code. So where we are going to write the client ID and client secret, we are going to write this in our config folder, service.psc file. Okay, so let me just go to my project, and we'll directly go to our config folder. Here you can see config, and inside config we have services.php. So inside this return we need to write the app ID and app secret for Google. So here after this third bracket and comma, we'll give two single quotation, and let's over here Google, then we'll give a equal sign, then is greater than sign, just like them. Okay, then we'll give two third bracket, and after the end of the third bracket we'll give a comma, and inside it we are going to say again, we'll give two single quotation, then we'll say client underscore ID equal is greater than, and then two single quotation, and inside it we are going to copy the client ID. So I'll just click over here and then paste the client ID over here. So after pasting, we'll give a comma, and again we'll give two single quotation, and here we'll say client underscore secret, then equal and is greater than sign, two single quotation, and let me just copy the client secret from here. Just click over here, copy, and we'll paste it over here. Then we'll give a comma, and here we're going to say again two single quotation, and we'll say over here redirect, and again equal and is greater than sign. Okay, one more thing, let's say you accidentally close this client ID and client secret pop-ups. So for it, if you want to find the client ID and client secret, all you have to do is that you need to click over here web client on, and then over here you can see client ID and client secret as well. So you can copy it from here as well. So right now let's just click credential, and here you can see that I write redirect. So where I want to redirect, so again we'll go to credential, and inside credential we'll click on this web client on, and over here you can see we write a URL over here, authorize redirect URLs, and inside that we write this URL. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here, but inside two single quotation, paste it over here and end it with a comma. So once you write all this, it means our Laravel project is connected to our console.cloud.google. Okay, so we can just close this and this services.php. So after that, here you can see that we write this URL in our services.php. So we need to call this URL from the route, right? Obviously we need to call this from our route. So we'll just directly go to our routes, then web.php, and here we'll write two routes. But before we write our routes, let's go and create a controller for our route. Okay, so here I'll go to command prompt, and here I'm going to say php artisan make controller, let's say Google controller, let's press enter, and our controller is created. So if I go to my app http controller, and here you can see Google controller. So let's add our Google controller in the web.php. So I'm going to say over here use app backslash http backslash controllers backslash or controllers backslash Google controllers. So right now let's go and write our routes. So we'll write two routes and I will explain which route is for what use. So let's go and first write our route. Let's say over here route to clone. Then we'll say over here get. Our route method will be get. Then we'll give two single quotation and here we'll say URL name. So first let's say over here auth slash Google. Then we'll give comma to third bracket and here we're going to mention our controller which is Google controller. Then we'll give say over here class comma to single quotation and let's give a function name. So let's say over here Google page or Google link, whatever you want, you can name it. And let me just copy this and I'll paste it over here. And this time here you can see route and get. So this route also will be get method and here instead of this auth slash Google we are going to call this route which is auth slash Google slash callback. So let me just copy it and here I'm going to paste it. So as you can see this and this, those two are really important. So right now here we need to give our function a name. Let's say over here Google callback. We can name it anything. So right now obviously we need to go to controller and create those functions, but before that what we are going to do is we'll go to our login page and here in the login page we'll add a button for sign up with or login with Google so that the user can click on that button and it will take the user to the Google page. Okay, so let's go and first edit this login page. So we'll just directly go to our resource views and inside views we have auth and inside auth we have login.plate.php. So here you can see before the form int we'll add a div and inside this div we're going to have an anchor tag and anchor tag. Inside this anchor tag let's say login using Google. We'll design the button later. Let's just write it like this so that you can see properly. So right now if we save it, then if we refresh, here you can see login using Google. So let's go and change the background color for this text. We'll properly design it later. So here in the anchor tag we are going to say style and background color it will be, let's say, sky blue. Okay, so right now, okay, let me just write it like this so that you can see it properly. So right now save it, refresh. Okay, it's fine. So right now here you can see href and we write over here a route over here auth slash Google, right? So we will give this route or URL over here inside this href. So we'll give over here to second bracket and here we're going to say URL to first bracket to single quotation and auth slash Google, which is this one. Okay, so right now we'll save it here and here as well. So obviously we did not write anything in the controller for this route. So we'll go to our Google controller and write something for this function. So let's go to our app, then HTTP controller and Google controller. So here we are going to write a function which is public function and here our function name is Google page. So public function Google page to first bracket then to second bracket and here we're going to say return and here as you remember we install a package in our Laravel project which was socialite. So we'll write over here return socialite to clone, then we'll say over here driver to first bracket and to single quotation and inside it we're going to mention Google. So we are going to use hot driver, Google's driver, and then we'll give this arrow sign and we'll say over here redirect. And here you can see since we are using socialite and we also are using the user model and auth, so we obviously need to add them in the at the top of our controller. So here let's go and add them. So let's go and first add the socialite. So here we need to write use Laravel backslash socialite, SOCI socialite backslash packets backslash backslash, and again we need to say socialite. I think S will be capital. So after it, we are going to mention the user model name. So it's our here use app backslash models backslash user. Then again, we need to mention the auth. So we say here use illuminate backslash support backslash packets backslash auth. And after this, we again need to add one more line, which is use exception, and that's all. So right now, if we save it, okay, let me just explain it a little bit. So here in the login option, here we have this button, and if we click that button, we are calling this URL auth/google, which is this one, and our this route is calling this function Google page, which is this one. So when we click on that Google login using Google, then it will take us to the Google driver using socialite. I cannot even spell it properly. Save it, and if we now refresh, and right now here, if we click on this login using Google, here you can see it will take us to this option automatically because we write over here return socialite driver Google. That's why. But right now, if we click on it, it will give us an error because we haven't write anything for this auth Google slash callback, which we write over here. So right now, if I click on it, you will see an error over here. That method Google callback does not exist. So let's go and write this function in our controller, which is Google callback. So for it, let's go to our Google controller, and here let's say over here public function Google callback, then we'll keep to first bracket, then to second bracket. So right now inside this public function Google callback, we're going to paste some code, and I have that code inside my notepad over here, and do not worry, I'll keep this code in the first comment so that you can easily copy this code from there. So let me just copy it, Control A, Control C, and I'll paste it inside our public function Google callback. Control V, and here you can see this is the code, and here at the top here you can see we use exception over here, and because here you can see try and catch, that's why we need to use exception at the top. And do not worry, I'll give this code and I'll also explain every single line from here. This is only like 15 to 20 line of code, and this is super easy. I'll explain it just only once and you'll understand it really clearly. So here let me just explain it from the very beginning. Let me just refresh here, and right now if I click on this login using Google, then it will take us over here, right? So if I now click on it, what will happen is that it will be call this auth Google callback route, and our this route will call this function Google callback, which is this one. Then it will come to this type function, and here you can see user equal to socialite driver Google user. So using the socialite, we'll be able to get the account of the Google user, and then here you can see find user. Then after that, we'll try to find that user in our database. In our database, I mean in our table called user. In the user table, we'll try to find the Google ID. Okay, so after that, here if we find the user in our user table, then we will send the user to the dashboard. And if we, let's say we click on this and we are totally new to that website, it means it will not find that user in the user table. So what will happen is that it will go to the else condition and it will add the user to the user table. Okay, and then after adding the user to the user table, then it will redirect the user to the dashboard, and then if there is an exception, then it will show us the exception. So this is super simple, and I will also give this code in the first comment. Just check it out and copy that code from there. So right now if we save it, then if we now refresh, okay, let me just go back, then refresh over here, and I click over here login using Google, and we are right now over here. And right now if we click over here on our email address, here you can see it's reloading and it took us to the dashboard. And we can also check our profile from here, and log out from here as well. Okay, let me just go to my XAMPP and let's refresh our user table. And here you can see we have the name, email, password, and everything over here. So this is how you can. Okay, did I log out? Okay, let me just log in again, and let's choose different account this time. And this is different account, but the name is same. If I go to my database and refresh, here you can see we have another email over here. So this is how easily you can make login using email in Laravel. I try to make this as simple as possible. I hope you will not face any issue, and if you face any issue, you can always let me in the comment section. I'll try to solve your issue. And if this video was helpful, then please like this video, and I would actually really appreciate if you subscribe this channel. So this is Yamin. I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.